And make a few adjustments. I was thinking my shirt, social distancing. Yes, social distancing. I was thinking about my notes. So the title of this message is Social Distancing, or STD, Stay Away Toxic Air. Stay away toxic air, out toxic air. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button in the corner, comment and like it, and I'm sure you would. It is said that we must stay away from people within 6 feet and wear a mask. And if we're not wearing a mask, we don't care for the person, and we can expose them to COVID-19. So I ask you this question. Am I to believe that the air that you and I breathe going to stop within 6 feet away from each other if we wear a mask? If we're not wearing a mask, the air is not going to stop, and we're going to breathe in the air, and we can contract COVID-19. Am I to believe that the wind knows that if I'm wearing a mask, it's going to stop within 6 feet away from me, or whomever I'm talking to, and we have maybe 6 feet this way and that way distance between each other? We're communicating with each other, we're transmitting our words into the air. Am I to believe that the air is not toxic because I'm wearing a mask? Am I to believe that the wind blow on me that I will get COVID-19 with a mask or without a mask? Think about it. We need to begin to think rationally about the things that we hear, that the things that are said to us. And I was in the car coming home, and I was thinking, is the air prejudice against certain races? So what is toxic? It is poisonous, something that may be harmful or bad, will cause you and I to become sick. Is the toxic air going to stop at my front door? Is it going to stop at your front door? It could be said that the toxic COVID-19 air is violating my space. I should tell the COVID-19 virus that may be in the air to stay away from me within 6 feet. Or maybe I should tell the air that it must wear a mask so I can recognize it when it's approaching me, because I may not be wearing a mask. It could be said that the air that I'm breathing, which I cannot see, I have no control over it. I'm breathing in air right now. You're breathing in air right now. You cannot see the air, or you cannot see the wind until you see the movement of the leaves if you're outside. But where you may be in your house, you're breathing in air. When you're outside wearing a mask or not wearing a mask, who is to say that every place where a human being walk, that there's some form of COVID-19 in the air at that given point. It's almost like irrational. Yes, we must follow the guidelines as we are told. I wear a mask at times when I'm jogging around the local park. I see other people not wearing a mask. Do I get mad at them for not wearing a mask? No. Do I think hard of them or bad of them? No. Because I was thinking, what I'm to do, what am I to do when I walk out into an open space? I could be walking through a toxic area. When the military go out, when people go in the military, they say, watch your step. You may be walking out into uh, a zone where mines have been planted into the ground. So you must watch your step so you won't get blow up. And so unfortunately, some people do step on a mine and then they're blown up. When you and I are walking or doing anything outside or inside, we cannot control our emphasis. Put emphasis on this. You and I cannot control the air that you and I breathe. We can only see the evidence of the wind when it's blowing things outside, leaves on the ground, leaves in the trees, but we cannot see it if we don't see the wind blowing. Yes, we can have on a mask. You can have on a mask. You and I can be 6 feet away. So the air is coming toward us in both directions. Toxic COVID-19 air. It consumes us, put us in a circle, put us like in a bubble or in a square. So as long as you and I'm talking to each other, we are not affected by the COVID-19 air because we have immune ourselves by wearing a mask. But doesn't the air touch our clothing? We are told that we must wash our hands if we shake hands with people. Should I not wear clothes? Should I wear plastic wrap around my clothing so that COVID-19 air that has violated my space will not affect me? Will I take it into my house because I'm walking through the city and driving through the city and getting in and out of a car? But we must begin to think. We are told that if we don't have on masks, we can be affected, and that's true. But there's always a backstory behind everything that we say, everything that we hear, and everything that we do, and those who want us to do certain things. You have people in power and authority say we should stay home until we get a vaccine. And some people actually believe that we need to get a vaccine, but we have cold, we have flu, we have other viruses out there. There's no vaccine for AIDS. There's no vaccine for certain things. And what is a vaccine? They actually shoot a live virus of the vaccine in the body. But yet people who get the flu shot or the vaccine to something, or it's not a vaccine, it's a flu shot, still get the flu. We need to begin to think rationally about the things that we ask to do. We must not be moved by our emotions and don't think because we may not have another chance to think before we make that decision. Yes, we must begin emphasis on this. Yes, we must follow the guideline that is given to us. Yes, we must be concerned about our health, our immune system, and everything they have shared with us so far. But let us not get sidetracked by emotional statements from other individuals. You have a job, I have a job, we all have jobs. A lot of people have jobs. They need to go back to work, earn a salary to pay their car note, pay their bills, just have money and income, feel wanted. If those who in power want people to stay home for not working, who's going to pay their bills? Someone say the government can, but for how long? The person lose their house, the person lose their car, lose their job, lose their college fund or whatever. Who's going to replenish it back? Can we remain in confinement for the rest of our lives? Excuse me. Yes, there's no cure for a lot of viruses. People have died from the common flu more than the COVID-19 death. We need to think about it. So what I'm saying to you, we're always breathing in some form of toxic air. When you use bleach and you pour it in the wash machine, or you spill it on your hand, or you step into it, or you breathing in that bleach, does it not make you get dizzy or feel lightheaded? Did you wear a mask? What does the bottle say? Put on a mask before. What about ammonia? What about turpentine? What about a lot of chemicals that we can smell that can be harmful if we inhale it? Should we begin to wear masks for everything? What about, are they going to invent some kind of suit or some facial mask or some facial dome to put around our face, our head? Because what does it send to the next person? That you're walking in a toxic zone, toxic area where you can be affected. You cannot see what is blowing in the air. You cannot see a virus. You cannot see anything that need to be put on a microscope. You cannot. Yes, you must follow the rules and guidelines. Yes, we are told this and we are told that. I can say every moment of our lives, we are walking into a toxic air zone area where we can be affected. So think about it. It could be said that the air that you and I are breathing is violating our 6 feet distance. So it need to stay back. It need to be put on a mask. Funny, what if we look around, we see little masses being blown around all in the air. Oh, it's a virus. It's protecting me because it's put the air of the air has put a mask on itself. So it's concerned about me. Thank you. But we must begin to think rationally. Think rationally. But wait, I have no power to control the air. I don't know what's in the air that I'm breathing right now and what you're breathing right now. I have no power to control the air when I walk outside to get in my car and walk into a store. I have no power when I put my mask on and I go into a building. I have no power. I know no knowledge that when I'm walking into a local store, buy grocery or walk to my car, I have no knowledge that area that I'm walking in is toxic air blowing around. I have no knowledge of that. So because I have no knowledge of that, even if I stay in my house, I'm still breathing in the air. The air is still floating around in my home. When I open up the front door to go this and that, the air is interchanging with one another. It's intermixing with one another. So I'm breathing in air that's being, you fan yourself, you feel air, correct? You fan yourself and you feel air. So wow. So we have no control of the air that we breathe. The air is always going to be breathing. Think about it. The air that we breathe come from the trees and we exhale the carbon monoxide. Is the air going to be arrested, incarcerated for a long time? We are talking about the air that you and I breathe. It's not prejudice. It's not black. It's not white. It's not male. It's not female. It's not whatever sex it is. It's the air that you and I breathe, toxic or not. It's the air that you and I need to breathe to be living. The only way, if someone choke us, they cut off the air. If we fall in the water, we can't breathe in air, you drown. We need air to breathe. So there's no law that the government can write. There's no arrest powers that can be given to the law enforcement officer and say arrest the air because the air has violated our space. Think about it. If we had the power to stop the air, is there going to be a air transfusion where people get blood transfusion? Is there going to be something like an air transfusion where the good air go out and bad air come in? No, 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 no. We talking about the very existence of living, breathing in air. You and I must breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. There's a lot of things that we have no control over, but we must begin to think with not with our emotions. When we begin to think rationally about what's being asked of us, what being uh how what decision we make, does it go against the natural laws of the earth, of God, of whatever? Does it go against the natural laws that we must breathe in air? There's no way that you and I can tell when we drive in our car and go to any place. Is the hospital safe? Is the police department safe? Is your next door neighbor safe? Because you're in the house, you're in the building? No, because the air from the outside did come in and is going back and forth, interchanging one another, intermixing one another. So when we go outside, we must breathe. So is it going to be a law to say I must wear my mask in the house? I'm protecting myself from the air. I'm protecting myself from the very air that I need to give me life, to cause me to breathe in and breathe out. Are they going to put cameras in my home to make sure that I'm wearing a mask in my house? Or police officers go door to door and be mounted outside to make sure I'm wearing my mask in my house? Think about it. Every building, every car, every vacant space, every structure has the contents of air inside. When you and I walk in with or without a mask, we're breathing in the air. The only thing stop the air from getting in if it's completely sealed tight. And eventually, after breathing in air so much, it produces the carbon monoxide. And then we will have people have gone and fall into caves and have very little air to breathe. People that works in cave mines breathe in, and when they breathe in that air, there's no oxygen and they will die. So think about it. Yes, there's a lot of toxic things that you can go to any store, liquid that is, and smell ammonia. Wow. And then wake us smelling salts. You pop the thing and you wake us. Wow. It hit up, give you that kick. So there's a lot of things that we can inhale that has a good purpose. There's a lot of things that we inhale can cause us physical and mental problems. So yes, there's toxic air out there. Yes, you and I can transmit toxic air. You and I am breathing right now. I'm breathing in air, I'm inhaling. I'm breathing in air, I'm exhaling. I walk outside, I go to the store, I drive to the store. What did I just do? I have transmitted my toxic air or my unknown toxic air to another location. So that's why I call it social transmitting distancing. We always transmitting something verbally or our body to some location. So if you like what you heard, if it caused you to think, you say, wow, I never thought of that. The air that you and I breathe, we have no control over it. I don't know what's in the air with our mask, without our mask. The air is violating my 6 feet distance. Should it be arrested? Should it wear a mask? Should I should I do what? We must know the truth. To those of you who disagree with this, that's your opinion. But I challenge you to come back at me and say, hey, Anthony, I can control the air. Yeah, you can, but for so long. But you must take your hand off and breathe in air. Come at me and say, I know what's in the air. Did you test it? Yes, we can test what's in the air because certain things. In the mind cave, they have certain machines that can tell what's in the air. When you and I go to bed at night, some places have smoke detectors in the dwelling. When there's carbon monoxide or bad air around, the motion the smoke detector will go off. That's a good thing. Oh, I had this idea. Maybe I need to invent a wristwatch. And if someone steal it, then steal my idea. Then remember I said on this day, maybe I need to invent what I call a toxic air watch. So when I go outside and I go to a specific area, it give me a signal. It may tingle. It give me electrical shock. It may go off a little bit. I may hear a sound. And then even if I have that on my wrist and it goes off, if I go left, I go right, I go front, I go back, I'm trapped because I'm in a toxic area zone. So think how foolish that can be. People may get rich from that device, but who to say it give me 100% accuracy? I know birth control pill and male condoms and all preventive measures sexually say one thing: 99.99% effective. It's the 1% that gets you. So there's no device that give you an accurate reading. There's always that little doubt: was the truth? Is it true or not true? Or we need to begin to wake up. To those who think differently, that's your opinion. I'm just sharing my opinion. 6 feet away from each other, wearing a mask is okay. Some say I'm not wearing it. That's okay. That's the decision. But if you don't get nothing out of what I'm saying, remember this: you and I are breathing in air that we have no control over, and what's that's in it, and where it should go or where it should come from, because we need it to live. So there's no regulation, no government rules. There's no supreme authority within man to say that today, Anthony Milton, the air. And I close by saying this: what if the air could think and say, you know what, today I'm not blowing on no white female or white male or Chinese male or Hispanic male or black male or some person? What if the air was prejudiced and people die from the lack of it? Can the air be arrested and charged with murder or whatever? Who will arrest the air? Will they bring a machine and suck the air up and say, Your Honor, this is the air that killed so and so? And the Your Honor said, please don't open it. And the judge sent the air to prison, and there'd be a whole confinement of containers in a room where it say toxic, do not open. And there's some places toxic gas. There's some room that say toxic. When you drive on the highway, you see the little symbol behind tractor trailers, they say toxic. Because if that container explodes, it goes into the air. Nuclear plant. A lot of things produce toxic air. And if it goes into the community and a person breathes it, it can cause all kind of damage physically, emotionally, and cause the birth rate to be affected. And that's a good thing to have knowledge and information. But what we need to begin to think with, I can't not stress it not a lot, is that the air that you and I breathe, we have no control over what's in it and when it's going to come to us. So why fear the air? Are you going to be, why fear the air that you breathe? Is there another place where you can go get a transfusion where that air that's out here in your home or in your car, in the store, where you're moving around, that you cannot be affected? Is there uh, a separate area where you can entrap yourself so you can be walking through this toxic zone? They have equipment, they have suits and stuff. You can walk through toxic area zone. So think about what I'm saying. Social, transmitting, distancing, stay away. Toxic air. Toxic air. The words that I speak. If you like what you heard, hit the subscribe button, the like, comment, and share, and allow other people to check it out. I have other videos that will draw or cause you to think. And also visit my other YouTube channel, The Hidden Tales of Black Male. Go there. I promise you, when you check the video category, you can find something that's, wow, I like what he said. Share, like, and comment, and subscribe, and you will be enlightened. Next time, I'll be uploading another message Saturday. So it's a pleasure to be before you. Thank you for coming to my abbreviation of transmitting social distancing, also known as STD. Wonder why I'm saying STD? Listen to the message. Again, subscribe, like my YouTube channel.
And I'm never gonna slow down. Never gonna slow down.